Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Tonight I am going to be showing you a one-sheet wonder using the Regency Park 6x6 Designer Series paper. I am going to show you how to create 3 cards from just one 6x6 sheet. Let's change the camera and get started. Alright, so the Regency Park Designer Series paper and the Sentimental Park coordinate with each other, and the Sentimental Park is a bundle. It has the stamp set and die set, and this is sold in the bundle in the mini catalog at 10% savings. This did carry over into the next annual catalog, but it is no longer bundled, meaning you have to buy the stamp set and the die set separately. So if you want to save 10%, you can purchase that bundle now. You have until May 1st to purchase that bundle. The paper sadly is on the retired list, but it is still available. There are gorgeous prints in this pack. My StampCamp at Home Card Club this month features this pack. You get the whole pack plus dots, the PDF file to create 8 cards, 4 different designs. You'll create 2 of each. You get bonus PDF files all month long, as well as my pattern and download for the one-sheet wonders on Thursday nights that use the Regency Park Designer Series paper. So lots going on in that club. If you would like to get more information, just click on my blog under the video, which the pictures will be in tomorrow's blog post, but I do have a link to my blog where you can find the information on the StampCamp at Home Card Club. So let's get started. I'm going to use this print right here. Isn't that gorgeous? Bring in my trimmer. Like I said, we're going to get 3 cards from this one, oops, sorry about that, one 6x6 sheet. So we're going to start. It doesn't matter what direction because the print kind of goes in all directions. We're going to start by cutting it in strips that are 2 inch by 6. So I'm going 2 inch. And then I want to just make sure that I am good, because sometimes you get that little sliver, and with my mats, that little sliver is going to make a big difference. Okay, so now I have 3 strips that are 2 inches by 6 inches. So now we are going to place this in here, and we're going to cut them. I want to make sure I get my right at 1 1/2, because these are the mats and they are 1 3/4. All right, so we're going to cut. You can cut them separately, or I just cut the whole stack to once. So there's 3 pieces that are 1 1/2 by 2 inches. I'm going to do that again. 1 1/2 by 2 inches. And then these last 2 should also be at 1 1/2 by 2 inches. And I'm going to place this, maybe I'll just do 1. Because when you got to cut a little sliver off, it's much easier to do 1 at a time. And I want, looks like I have a little sliver to cut off all these right here at 1 1/2. All right, so now I should have 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12 pieces that are 1 1/2 by 2. Now we're going to take all these pieces, and I have all this Mango Melody cardstock, and that is 2 1/8 by 1 5/8. Yes, 1 5/8. All right, so we're going to adhere all them little pieces on So I just have a little bit of that mango melody showing. So let's get started. We got lots of gluing to do. Lots of gluing, and I think it goes quicker if I flip a bunch over, put the glue on, and then attach them to the mango. This is usually how, if I got a mass-produced cards, this is usually my technique. Because you're not picking up and setting down, picking up and setting down. You just keep putting the adhesive on. The glue doesn't dry that fast, so it gives you plenty of time to attach them to the cardstock. And I don't know, I just think it goes faster. All right, so now we're going to, and with the liquid glue, you can move it around so you make sure that you kind of straight. Sometimes you can get it straight right off the bat. Other times you got to move it just a hair. But that's the beauty of the liquid mono glue. You're probably thinking, oh, little pieces again. Well, if you don't have a 6x6, but you got a bunch of little pieces, now you see what you can do with them. You don't need to throw them away. Even if they're not the same print, if they're kind of color coordinated, or maybe like a quilt pattern. I know my quilts that my grandma made me, they don't all match up, all matchy. They're just pieces of material that she had laying around. Sewed them up. Beautiful quilts. All right, so I didn't know, I think I dyed or hand cut out a bunch extra squares. Rather have too many than not enough. All right, so there we go. There's all our squares. You are going to need 4 squares per card. So that's where you're going to get 3 cards. So the next thing is I have some white, and then I have some more of that mango melody. We're going to attach the white. It's going to have just that little edge showing. Like so. So I don't need the liquid glue for that, I don't think. We'll see. Sometimes I think I don't need it, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have used it. I could have moved my cardstock just a little bit. So far, so good. Now the cards, 2 will be the same, 1 will be different, but the way I do the sentiment is going to also be different on each one. So you can see a variety of ways. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, I like to do it this way. I'm going to attach these to these card bases here. Well, the base is going to be Night of Navy. Now I'm going to take these and I'm going to try to get even placement on the side and bottom. Whoop. This is where the liquid glue helps. Kind of wiggle them around till I get that looks pretty good. We're going to do that with the next one. All right. Same thing. And I'm not rematching up my pattern. It is what it is. I think it looks pretty just the way it is. And the last one, and then we'll put them on the card front, and I'll show you what we're going to do there. Okay, so see what I mean by if you don't do them, if you do them individually, you're picking up and putting down that glue, where this way I am picking up, putting down one time. There we go. Okay, so my card base is Night of Naming. This is 5 1/8 by 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So grab my and let me score all these. There's 3 cards, so we're going to do all 3. All right, and now we're going to, where's my bone folder? Fold these in half on that score line. Crease that. Now inside I would put a piece of basic white 4 by 5 1/4. And then I might stamp some little flowers on it. You could put another strip if you have more of the designer series paper, you could do that. So 2 of the cards are going to be horizontal and 1 is going to be vertical. So let's get those assembled or attached. And then I'll show you the different ways that you can do your sentiments. So there's one. And this is one of the reasons why I love the Sentimental Park Bundle, is I love different framelits, different way to frame your sentiments. So this bundle has 3 different framelits in it that all coordinate with each other. So this one is going to go up and down, vertical. So we got 2 horizontal and 1 vertical. Now the bundle has these 3, I call them framelits because they're empty in the middle and that's where you can put your sentiment. But they interchange with each other so you can get different looks. All right. So we have this one right here, and you can use this framelit and tuck it in behind those flowers. So that's what we're going to do for the first one. I've already went ahead and stamped it with the sentiment from the stamp set that's part of that bundle, the Sentimental Park. And I'm just going to flip this under those little flower petals like so. Make sure it's straight. And then what I do is I just take a little bit of glue just to secure that in place. And I just lift that up and put a little bead of glue under there just to keep it flat. All right, then we're going to pop that up. Bring in some dimensionals. Okay, and then we're going to put that right on the front like so. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to take these pearls, which are on the retired list, and they're on there at $3 a pack. So it is a steal of a deal. I can't believe there's still some left. I got glue on my fingers, so the pearls are sticking to my fingers instead of to my cardstock. I like to take these little pearls and put them in the flower centers. This is going to be a challenge with that glue on my hand. And there's 4 little flowers in a row here, but I think I'm going to only do the 3 that are kind of noticeable. I mean, you can do as many as you like. Sometimes I just take a bead of glue. And then you can also put a few around. On your sentiment, like so. So that's one way to use those framelits. All right, so now I'm going to use the same one I did before, but we have this fun one here, and that one will tuck underneath there. So I've already went ahead and stamped, and I'm going to put a little glue on the back of this one. And we're just going to tuck that ever so nicely behind a few of those little flowers. Kind of straighten that out. That's why the liquid glue is nice. And there you have that way of combining those two. We're going to pop that one up. And that one's going to go on here the same way, like so. And again, we'll put some pearls. Maybe I'll do the white ones. We got a couple little white ones. White flowers here on the front. And then we'll just put a couple around on my sentiment. Maybe I'll just keep it like that. So that's how to layer those up. So you have the bigger center, you got the intricate one. And now for this one, we have this one here, which I've done in the Night of Navy. So it's just like that white, except for it's navy. And then I'm going to use this one and mat that on that one. So that's 3 different ways to use those framelits. Or actually there's 4 ways, because You could I've used it just like that without any mat behind it. So you could do that. I'm sure you could do that with this one as well if you did it in white and don't use any other mats. So lots of options with those framelit dies. So pretty. Okay, I am out of dimensionals, so we'll just use up those side pieces. No waste. And then this will be done, and we will be done with our 6x6 one sheet wonder using that Regency Park Designer Series paper. We're going to put that one, we're going to center that little point just like that, and then come in with those pearls. Now, if you didn't have the pearls, you could always use butterflies, you could use rhinestones. We have the iridescent pearls. I mean, there's lots of different options. So if the pearls do sell out, you have many different options. So there's that one. So there's your 3 cards with this month's Regency Park Designer Series paper, which is part of this month's Stamp Camp at Home Card Club. So if you are a club member, tomorrow you will be able to go into the photo gallery and download the pattern as well as the download sheet that has all the measurements on it. That is it for today. If you need any supplies, please visit my blog, www.TheStampCamp.com. If you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell in the upper right-hand corner so you always know when I go live. If you are on my Facebook page, make sure that you like, share, comment, give me the thumbs up. And as always, I do appreciate any and all orders. So that is it for today. Thanks for stopping by.